Hi, gorgeous. I'm Denise Duffield-Thomas, money mindset mentor, author, and founder of the Money Bootcamp. So you might know me already. I teach money mindset and I help people clear their money blocks so they can live a first-class life. But I get asked all the time about the practical things we can do to support these mindset shifts. And one of my biggest tips is to become really good at goal setting, and not just income goals either. Now, there is no one perfect way to set goals, but today I want to talk about 3 different goals that you should set this year to set yourself up for a really great, abundant year. Now, don't resist it and turn this video off because goal setting is free. It makes a difference and I'm here to help. So, there are 3 major areas to set goals around for this year. Number 1, I want to challenge you to set a savings goal this year. Now, actually opening up a savings account and making a savings goal is a great sign to the universe that you're ready for more money to show up. And it takes a huge mindset shift to allow yourself to have more money than you need. Before I started getting really into manifestation and money mindset work, I used to spend every single penny that came in. It just didn't feel safe for me to have a financial buffer or have more money than I needed. So at the end of the month, no matter how much I got paid, I was always broke. No matter how much money I made or how many windfalls I had, I lived in a state of constant money stress. But that felt normal to me. It felt normal to live in that feast or famine mode. After all, that's exactly how I grew up as a kid. Now, you might resonate with that. I want to tell you, you have permission to have more than you need. And this is a really big one for some people because we're taught from a young age that if you have extra, you should give it away to someone else. You should share what you have or you're being greedy. And we feel so uncomfortable when we have more than we need, like more clients than we need or more money in the bank that we need to live out the month. You remember as a kid, you had to eat everything on your plate because you felt guilty about starving children in the world? Well, I see this all the time in grown-ass women. They might have a little bit of extra money and instead of saving it, they will spend it even on something really frivolous just to get rid of that money because they feel so guilty having more than they need. So, set an amount that you would like to save every single week, every single month, and then set a goal for how much you would like in a savings account by the end of the year and see what it brings up for you. It actually might bring up a lot of emotions and guilt, but that is great. This is something that you can clear and work with. Okay, step 2, and this might not be everyone, but I bet that it is you. Set a goal to work to being debt-free. This is another area that I see people sabotage themselves with. It keeps them trapped, maybe in a job that you don't like or obligated to work with clients that you don't like either. Now, pretty much all of my 20s and most of my adult life, I was in a lot of debt. But I wasn't really that bothered about it because being in debt is quite socially acceptable. All of my friends were in debt too, and not just student loan debt, but credit card debt. Now, there is an energetic comfort level around debt that can be hard to face. But you might be using your debt as an excuse to not take action in your life and business. And when you make the decision to get out of debt, it can mean maybe choosing a corresponding rise in your prices or your income, and that is going to bring out some of your fears and blocks. So it takes commitment and guts to make a plan to get rid of debt and then follow through with it. And you know what? You might need some support around that as well. But I want to tell you, it is such a great feeling when you don't owe anything to anyone. You're not under any obligation and you are not trapped to do things just because you have to pay off debt. Getting out of debt is a mindset, and maintaining a debt-free life takes commitment to taking both practical and mindset steps to support you. So the first step for you might be getting really honest about how much debt you actually have, like face it there on paper. And then, like the savings account, you could set up a direct debit to pay off more of your debt, even just $5 a week. Now, I have a lot to say on this topic, but I am not a financial expert, so I will link below to some of my favorite debt clearing resources. But I want to make sure that you have being debt-free or getting close to being debt-free on your goal list for this year. Now, step 3 is to set an income goal, and not just your overall income goal. I'd love you to set goals around different income streams in your business. And in particular, I want to challenge you to set a passive income goal. If you've been thinking about creating passive income or wanting to do it, or creating something like a book or a course, it is not going to happen without setting a really clear intention to do it. Because you are going to face some resistance and money blocks around it, because there's always a lot of underlying guilt around creating things that are easy. So, how much of your income this year would you like to come from those passive sources? And you know what? You don't have to do everything. You might not be able to write 5 books or create 2 courses this year. That might be on your goal list. I want you to pick just one small thing to start with. Maybe you could package up some of your best blog posts and create some checklists around it, and that could be your first book. You could take your one-on-one work and package it up into a small course. My very first passive income product was a $50 e-course that I filmed at home on my iPad. But that course started to make me $1,000 a month, which freed me up to release some non-ideal clients and then gave me even more time to create more passive income. So, I want you to set that goal. But guess what? You don't need a fancy system to do it. I just want you to use a very simple goal-setting diary, and repetition is key. So each day you could write something like, I am now debt-free. I now have X dollars in savings. I now make this amount of money in passive income each month. It can be very, very simple. It doesn't have to be perfect, but if you do it every day, it will change your brain around what's possible. And you don't need any fancy spreadsheets or anything to do your debts. There are a lot of people who can help you with that with very simple systems. But when you set these goals, your money blocks will definitely start to pop up and make you doubt yourself. But luckily, I have a ton of resources to help you with that. I have helped thousands of entrepreneurs break through money blocks in my books, like my book Chillpreneur and my course Money Bootcamp. And I have a resource for you today that is totally free. My free Money Blocks workshop will help you clear money blocks fast so they don't sabotage your pricing or your income. So you can watch that today for free at denisedt.com/blocks. It's as easy as that. All right, gorgeous. Thanks for joining. And it is your time and you are ready for the next step. Hey gorgeous, it's Denise here again. I would love to invite you into my brand new free money masterclass. I'll be talking about 7 big money blocks and exactly how you can clear them. I want to help you break free of your limiting beliefs so you can go to the next level of income. It's going to be easier than you think, but it all starts with getting out of your own way. Join me today over at denisedt.com/blocks and let's get started together.